Abdullah Abbott, we back at it. Salam alaikum, peace. Shalom, hotep, namaste. What's happening? Today's news, I know you've heard about it. A young lady was brutally attacked on the train, subway, light rail down in the Carolinas. All right, this is a woman that fled Ukraine for a better life and safety within America. All right, prayers up for her and her family. Very serious stuff. Were they just sitting there closely? I mean, sitting there so calmly like that after that happened? Tell him he's not a real man and stuff. I mean, that is crazy, yo. Yeah, I can't leave my children out here, man. This shit is bonkers, man. This is horrible, yo.
This stop is East West Boulevard Station. Please exit right.
I hate to report on this, but we got to be non-biased on this, and this is a tragedy. Let alone the other, people that's on transit, even in New York, mental health, or homeless, downtrodden. What's going on with our system that these people aren't being evaluated, staying where they need to be, being released so easily back into community? Wow. A'udhu billah.
Unlike leading competitive models, in
A Ukrainian refugee seeking safety in the United States was fatally stabbed in what police describe as a random attack on a Charlotte light rail train. Authorities say 23-year-old Irina Zarutska, who recently fled the war in Ukraine, was attacked on the Lynx Blue Line on August 22nd. Newly released surveillance footage shows her boarding the train after work, unaware of the man behind her. Minutes later, police say 34-year-old DeCarlos Brown Jr. pulled out a folding knife and stabbed her multiple times,
To Carlos? To Carlos. Damn, to Carlos.
including in the neck. Zarutska collapsed in her seat and was pronounced dead on the train. Brown, who has a long criminal history, including robbery with a deadly weapon, fled at the next stop. but was later arrested. Police say they recovered the knife nearby.
The moment that the transit system starts to become something where it's not considered to be safe is the moment in which you begin to lose riders, you begin to lose the momentum that you want to keep.
This has happened in New York multiple times, mind you, everyone.
Court records show Brown has faced multiple arrests since 2011 and previously served 5 years in prison. Earlier this year, he was arrested after making bizarre claims during a welfare check, telling police officers that a man made material was controlling his body.
I would like city manager to provide us immediate steps that are being taken to ensure the safety of our riders, our operators, and to restore the confidence in our system.
The attack has raised fresh concerns about safety on Charlotte's transit systems. Officials say they have tripled the safety budget, upgraded surveillance cameras, and plan to expand police patrols on buses and trains. A GoFundMe was later launched by Zarutska's family and has raised more than $38,000.
May 22nd to August 22nd. Man.
They describe her as someone who came to America seeking safety from the war and hoping for a new beginning, but whose life was tragically cut short. The investigation into the stabbing remains ongoing.
I'm Bo Mason, Commissioner for the Utah Department of Public Safety. Today at approximately 12:20 Mountain Standard Time,
Man. That's wild.
A Ukrainian refugee seeking
They did tremendous disservice to this country, including allowing 25 million people from jails, from prisons, from mental institutions, drug dealers, all over the world. They were entered our country from jails. The prison population of Venezuela was emptied out into our country. And that's what we're doing now. I spend so much of our time, Tom Holman and
They've also done the same thing all the time when coming in with immigration and things like that. Has something that has always happened. You're always going to find criminals and these things of these countries. They want to get them out. This is how America was actually created with England's criminals. This is how Australia was created. These people in power are actually descendants of the criminals of these countries and these nations. All right.
the people that have worked on this so hard. You know, Christy Nome, all of them, they've worked on it so hard. It's like an unforced error. And to allow people into a country who are truly, there are evil people. We're all people of religion, but there are evil people, and we have to confront that. I just give my love and hope to the family of the young woman who was stabbed this morning or last night in Charlotte by a madman, a lunatic, just got up and started. It's right on the tape. Not really watchable because it's so horrible, but just viciously stabbed. She's just sitting there. So they're evil people. We have to be able to.
So he's speaking about evil people, but when the Central Park Five was considered and found not guilty, he never redacted his statement that they should be hung. All right. Trump said this. You're right. These five brothers that were innocent, accused of being raped. Allah knows what they went through doing life in prison, being those young ages. And we have an idea what happens to SAers or people who sexually assault people within prison. All right. He has never still even apologized for that. Also, Kyle Rittenhouse, also the young boy who went into a church and murdered multiple praying American Christians. They actually gave him cheeseburgers, okay, for food on his way home, on his way to the police station. Oh, I say that to say this: information will always be skewed, agendas will always be pushed, and this man has been found to be schizophrenic, locked up multiple times. He's not saying he's a sick person. He's not saying he's a person that needs help. He's not saying he's saying he's an evil person. Okay, a lunatic. That might be harsh words on someone that has a mental issue, but yes, he's crazy, you know. But he also had an illness. Okay, His name Carlos Brown. Carlos Brown. Let's look it up. This is so sad.
Build a website you love with Wix. For your words.
A man could now face the death penalty after he allegedly stabbed a woman to death on a.
They're giving him the death. He could get the death penalty. Is crazy. What's going on with these mass shootings? Okay, people of cognate, of cognate minds. I did not know that.
Train in North Carolina. Doug Luzader has more from our nation's capital.
Well, this attack in Charlotte comes as the Trump administration had already been highlighting crime in large cities, and this tragedy has now become part of the ongoing debate. President Trump during a rare dinner out in Washington last night, driving home his message on crime in the nation's capital.
This city, here I am standing out in the middle of the street. I wouldn't have done this 3 months ago, 4 months ago.
And the president also reacting to the shocking murder of 23-year-old Irina Zarutska, a Ukrainian refugee who was brutally stabbed to death while riding a train in Charlotte, North Carolina. Also jarring, the 13 mugshots of the suspect, Carlos Brown, who was walking free despite a lengthy criminal history.
And here's a picture of it. This is the picture of it.
On social media, the president posted a video about the attack.
We have to respond with force and strength. We have to be vicious just like they are.
Vicious just like they are. Trump. All right. What the fuck are you talking about? This man, it has been proven that he has mental issues and is schizophrenic. Who is they? Who is they? Oh, black people thought y'all was safe for all this immigration. Don't forget that we still us. All right, so we definitely need to come together, and we need to speak out against this. This is not a sick man that has done this. Clearly, he is a sick man.
Charlotte's mayor called it a heartbreaking attack while urging the video not be shown. Zarutska's family issued a statement.
Well, I guess he's saying mental health patients are vicious and you need to attack them, America. So what he's really putting out there is black people. All right. So when we out here saying this and that about how we feel about other people, is remember who we are, okay, what we've been through, what we're still going through, always will be in this country. Islam is the light. Islam is the way. Islam Ahmadiyya, to be exact.
No family should have to go through this. This could have been anyone riding the light rail that night. We are committed to making sure this never happens again. The Justice Department is now seeking federal charges against Brown and questioning why, based on his record, he was not already behind bars.
Had he been held in custody, she would be alive today.
And
you're going to put this on the Democrats.
President Trump said that as early as today, he would announce another city that will be the target of stepped-up federal law enforcement. In Washington, Doug Luzader, Fox News.
Starts in the dark, just like always. You show up.
He said she read his mind. Brown told his sister he unalive Ukrainian refugee because he thought she read his mind. His sister says the caller suffers from paranoid schizophrenia and hears voices in his head. Not gonna lie, my aunt, she suffers from the same thing, and once she had made a reference to actually stabbing my stepmother. That's when my father had put in you know, the decree for her to go to the mental hospital. She had been suffering for years, you know, always screaming out things like that. But once saying something like that, definitely put a shock to our system within the household. Tracy Brown was assaulted by her brother in 2022, attack that saw him bite her and break a door. He should have been admitted. Brown revealed to CNN her brother believed the government planted a chip in his brain.
U.S. President Donald Trump has called for the death penalty for DeCarlos Brown Jr., accused of murdering Ukrainian refugee Irina Zarutska in Charlotte, North Carolina.
He's calling for the death penalty. That's crazy.
Trump made the comments on social media, urging for a quick trial and saying there is no alternative to
the animal who so violently killed a beautiful young lady from Ukraine who came to America searching for peace and safety should be given a quick, there is no doubt, trial and only awarded the death penalty. Wow, so now he's head of the judicial system as well, huh? There can be no other option. Wow. All right. No other option for a schizophrenic man attacking a woman and fatally stabbing her on a schizophrenic. Is there going to be any investigation on the institutions that he went through for his mental health evaluation? Is going to be any check on his living situation? Is going to be any background check on his mind, his family's accordance?
The death penalty. In his post, Trump describes Zarutska as a beautiful young lady from breaking and entering.
I bet he did think she was beautiful, just like he had hired that one chick when she was a minor and then got her into the office not having any background, and now she's in the White House just because she was beautiful.
Allies.
At least the Epstein files, sir.
You should join me.
In 2013. He was released from prison in 2020 and remained on parole until 2021, with further charges earlier this year. Even White House demanded justice for the Ukrainian commuter killed in a transit system more dangerous than a war zone.
Today,
Transit system more dangerous than a war zone is crazy.
I would like to address the tragedy that has not received nearly enough media attention, the brutal murder of Irina Zarutska. Here are the facts that many outlets have shamefully and intentionally failed to report until President Trump drew attention to it. On August 22nd, Irina Zarutska was stabbed to death on the rail system in Charlotte, North Carolina.
This did take a while to get out.
By a savage career criminal. This is a public transportation.
Savage career criminal. A schizophrenic man is a savage career criminal now. You see? Look at this verbiage of these people, man. Did they give him cheeseburgers after killing one white soul? Or did 5 black Christians that suffice for Burger King? I know they whooped his ass. The Carlo got his ass whooped that night. Put him in a white suit, probably the green one.
System that many in the area use every single day to go to school and work. Irina was on the train that night traveling home from her job at a pizzeria, still in uniform from her shift. This beautiful, innocent 23-year-old young woman was a Ukrainian refugee who had recently fled her country for a chance at a safer life and a promising new beginning here in the United States of America. But tragically, A public transportation system in a major American city was more dangerous than the active war zone that she left. The president and the entire White House are praying for her family and friends.
Andrew, this man is an animal and a savage. Okay. Similar things were said about the brawl in Cincinnati when we all see that the Russians are the ones that started it. Now, with this mental health patients, big pharma is big money. And if you ain't got it, you got to go. All right. I got some inside people.
Friends during this unimaginably difficult time. But while we extend our thoughts and prayers, we must also seek justice for this crime and call attention to this heinous incident. Surveillance video of the killing was finally released to the public this past Friday. It shows the alleged killer, DeCarlos Brown Jr., pull out a knife, get up from his seat behind Irina, and prepare to thrust a blade into her neck before the released footage gets cut. This is pure evil on full display. The most enraging and
This is pure evil on full display, but we bombed Iran. Did we say how many casualties, how many murders that was when they did nothing? And then Trump tells them to stop it, stop the war, the little baby war, whatever that was. That's crazy. Her symbol of execution device on her neck explains it all.
An acceptable part of this story is that her death was entirely preventable. DeCarlos Brown never should have been on that train that night. In fact, he should have been behind bars. DeCarlos Brown
should have been evaluated.
Brown has been charged with crimes no fewer than 14 times, dating back to 2011, including for armed robbery, felony larceny, breaking and entering, and shoplifting. Brown had
How do we pay for all this?
This is bad.
DeCarlos Brown Jr. just revealed why he killed Irina Zarutska, and it's the weirdest thing ever. He said in a leaked phone call to his sister that there's this material in his body that controls him. So whoever did that, it wasn't him. It was someone controlling the material, and they lashed out on her, and now they need to investigate this. Prior to this, his family did say he is schizophrenic, but just take a listen.
The material, put it like this, the material using my body to stab the face.
And so she just got stabbed.
Yeah. You know that's not me. I'm talking about just for no reason. But since they did that, now they gotta investigate the material in my body exposed to. Since they want to do all that, now they gotta investigate.
It's funny because she's from the Ukraine. She's from Russia, and you know they got a war. They had a war going on against the United States. So I'm just trying to understand, out of all people, why her?
That's it ain't. I don't have nothing. They just lashed out on her. That's what happened. They lashed out on her. Whoever was working the material? Whoever was working the material, they lashed out on her.
So you said something in your body.
Man, prayers up, man. It's Abdul the Avid, man. Stay safe. Tell the loved ones you love them. Hug them close every day. Prayers out to her family. May the callers get the help he's needed, but then again, he might be made a symbol. Assalamu alaikum. Shalom. Peace. Hotep.